Howdy folks, Brian Cusco here at Triple B, still here at Tinley Park, trying to get as many interviews here as possible because, it's one of the best places to meet reptile folks is at a really big reptile show. And today, we are going to be talking with my buddy Jeremy Turgeon of Brassman Reptiles, formerly of Nerd and still of the Reptile Talk podcast, all of which there will be links for down in the description below. If you would like to stick around and hear a little bit about what keeps Jeremy in the hobby and what his work is going forward in the industry, then stay tuned. You're watching Triple B TV. Well, are you like a professional?
This is wonderful.
What's wonderful is that the fact that some people are actually reacting to it.
Yes.
Because some people didn't react to it at all.
How can you not react to a fucking dinosaur being thrown in your face as a microphone?
Most people have not reacted. I'll give you the list of people that have reacted so far out of the, 10 interviews I've done this weekend. Vin Russo, Joe Hull, I think. But definitely Vin, and now you. So we got 3.
Some musicians.
Is Joe a musician?
I don't know. But at least for me and Vin, maybe that's our reason. Because we know what a mic should look like. And this is not. This is the Shure T-Rex 85. And
Bro, so I really wanted to interview you because, well, there's a whole host of reasons. I mean, you have a really good experience in the reptile industry. You're working at Nerd for a stint. You are a successful breeder of different species. You have your own reptile podcast with another very successful reptile keeper and herper. You're a really cool person. We have a lot of fun. We became good friends like right off the bat, and it's just like an instant like this is going to be a good thing type of. So those are my reasons for wanting to sit here down with you today.
I appreciate it. We're standing though, but
I'm so used to sitting. I haven't stood for years like this. I'm so used to sitting at a table now.
You got to keep the blood flowing, dude.
True.
You got to keep it flowing.
True. See, that's awesome. So we get people like throwing peace signs, walk by.
Oh, that's Taylor. Don't interrupt this video. What are you doing? Dude, don't do that. Be a nice guy. Let this man through with his racks.
You also you're a big supporter of USARK, not just in like a vocal way, but like a very tangible, like you pay very close attention to what's happening with USARK. You communicate with Phil often and make sure that you're on top of things and help spread the word and make sure other people are on top of what's happening there. So
yeah, man, USARK's such a vital piece. I mean, I think most of us know now how vital they are if they didn't already, But I was doing a chunk with MJ yesterday, and he was like, there's a lot of people who are getting into it now that don't know anything about USARK. What would you tell them as far as understanding USARK? And I'm like, well, you wouldn't be able to get into the industry now if it wasn't for USARK because we wouldn't be here. It's as simple as that, And for me, that's the most impactful, Like I've been working with USARK in some way for about 10 years, So I've watched time and time and time again our asses get saved. From literal extinction, So it's, how can you not support it? How can you not tell people about it? Because we can lose everything like that. We see it happen time and time again, So it's like, you just got to know.
And you feel it a bit harder now because obviously like Florida is a place that's getting ramped, and then South Carolina right behind it, and North Carolina right behind that.
The whole Southeast, man. Like I told Phil when I moved to North Carolina, I was like, if you know of a meeting or something happening in Florida that's not all the way down in Miami, let me know because I'll drive down. He's like, well, why? Why? You don't need to do that. And I'm like, dude, because everything that happens in Florida comes right up the Southeast. So now being in North Carolina, I have a direct concern. In my mind, even though I'm not in Florida, I'm a stakeholder because it's going to come to me in just a couple of years. Florida's tegu ban was maybe 2 years ago. South Carolina lost tegus, North Carolina lost tegus, all within less than 2 years. And the justification was invasive potential shown in Florida. What sense does that make? But it's okay for Florida, it makes sense. Invasive potential makes sense for sure. In the Carolinas, it doesn't. So, but they can use that as justification. And that doesn't make any sense to me, So I told him, I'm like, if you know about a meeting happening in North Florida, let me know and I'll drive down. because it matters, And of course it matters for the rest of the country, but being in that direct pathway of like, hey, within 2 years, whatever Florida does is probably going to happen over here. That's horrifying, So you just gotta keep telling people about it.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, what's going on with your own like personal breeding stuff? Like, what's going on there with your for people that are maybe seeing you for the first time and don't know what you work with? Like, what are you into and what are your projects like?
So much, so much stuff. So this year was a good year. It was better. Oh, do I need to come back in?
I'm scary.
So,
but
no,
yeah,
it's the dinosaur, man. I don't want to eat. I'm gonna eat the dinosaur now. No. This is why I'm back here now.
No, you need to get back over. Wait, let's get closer. Get back over. Come on. Right?
There's no X, man. I'm a musician. There's no X. I don't know where I'm supposed to be stuck on here.
There's an X on the screen. There's an X. It's okay.
All right.
Don't look at that.
Okay. I'm gonna look at it to make sure I don't. Okay.
Just don't leave me.
Oh man, but I've got a lot of projects going on. This year was really good. With the move right before the breeding season, I didn't know what the season was going to look like, but I did like maybe 60% production for what I paired, and I was thrilled with that. So I had a lot of Brettles pythons, a lot of jungle carpets, a lot of ball pythons. Missed on Amazon tree boas this year, which I was like heartbroken by, but that's boas. They'll break your heart every year. So what else did I do? Borneo shorttails, which was cool because that's the first time I've ever bred those. I've got maybe 16 different species now between colubrids and different python species, and my one random tortoise that I never show off.
I had no idea you had a tortoise.
I have one tortoise. She's like 15 years old. It's a redfoot tortoise. I got her when she was the size of a 50-cent piece, and she's like massive now. She's just my pet. I'm like, here's some lettuce. Thanks for living and keeping me happy. So.
Well, you're also an accomplished musician, like professional musician, and you have all that stuff going. And what would you say is the stronger pull in your life? Is there one, or is it kind of a split down the middle between music and reptiles?
It's always hard. I try to keep it as much of an even split as possible, but I certainly feel like as time has gone on, there's been different pulls, so it's changed a lot. Right now, reptiles are the main focus. But I'd be lying if I told you I didn't have a lot of musical opportunities happening right now that might make that change very soon. And I can't say them on camera, but I'll tell them to you off camera. So I feel like that's kind of shifting right now a little bit, and I think music is going to be a little stronger for a little while. But the reptiles aren't going anywhere. Even when I moved to college, I still kept all my animals. I just had somebody help me take care of them. So I will never not have reptiles wherever I'm at, which is why I'll never move to New York. I'll never move to Florida, where I'd be in a position where it's like, hey, you can't keep that anymore. Fuck that.
Fair enough. I can relate.
Yeah.
I'd love to live in Hawaii.
Yeah, I mean.
And be a professional musician again.
But it's cool, man. I have to tell you what's going on because there's some really cool things that are going on, but I can't say it in front of a camera.
Fair enough. All right. Well, before we get out of here and wrap this up, is there anything you'd like to say to the people that are watching about anything with you or anything that you really think is important?
Support US ARC. Just be awesome. Be a wonderful human being because there's too many not wonderful people out there. So we just need to. That's why I love you, dude, because you're such a fucking beacon of optimism and just happiness. We need that. We need that.
Fair enough. I like that message.
Yeah. Woo!
And I approve this message as well as everyone who has touched us.
Literally, who have literally touched us.
Shoot, it's always a pleasure to be in your presence, my friend.
Man, hell yeah, you too, bro. I'm so happy to see you, bro. It's been way too long.
Thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, we will be having a Zoom call tonight with our guest, Mr. Turgeon, and if you'd like to join us for that, and maybe he'll tell you a little about the stuff that he's about to tell me off camera, maybe not, I don't know, but you can tune in to find out with a link in the description down below. If we don't see you tonight, we'll be sad, but if we don't see you tonight, we'll still you next week right here on Triple B TV. Y'all take care.